Hey guys, and welcome to Let's Play Dynamite Headdy on the Sega Genesis. Now, Dynamite Headdy is a platformer gem for the Genesis that seems to be overlooked by a lot of people. It's quite a shame, actually, because I would definitely put this up there as one of the best games on the Sega Genesis. It's unique, it's creative, and most of all, it's tons of fun. So, you're definitely in for a good one here if you've never seen or played this game before. So let's check out the options real quick. Let's see, I want to switch over to this one, I believe. That just works out best for my controller. I mean, obviously that doesn't really matter too much, but alright, so that's pretty much all there is to check out. There's not really a whole lot of options, so I guess we should go ahead and start the game. Today we're going to be treated to the opening demo and sort of introduced to the overall setting and maybe a little bit of the plot too. It's not explained really well because, of course, there's no dialogue or anything. So, yeah, there's also a really loud, annoying buzzer. But basically, we just kind of have to put two and two together here and sort of try to figure out what's happening for ourselves. Basically, this village here, I think it's called, like, North Town, but I'm not too sure about that. It's basically made up of a bunch of puppets, and as you can see, they're being, set on fire and attacked by giant robots, and things are just generally crazy. So, turns out these guys here are actually the forces of some big evil ruler, emperor type guy named Dark Demon. It's appropriate, right? So, these robots are collecting up the puppets around the town, and there's our protagonist, Headdy, and he got caught by one, of course. So, now we're going to be taking up and see what these guys look like. They kind of look like the Cutter enemies from Kirby. I don't remember what those guys are called, but they kind of remind me of them. But anyway, they're taking the puppets that they've collected and are sort of judging them here. I think the idea is they're sort of determining who just gets to, live peacefully or whatever, and who they're going to actually convert into, like, their minions sort of thing. So, it's not incredibly obvious, and it seemed to me the first time I played it like they were just taking the women. So, I mean, I guess you could see that. But anyway, Headdy got rejected here and taken into this little dust bin, and we're going to be taken to the incinerator. Uh-oh, so I guess they're not choosing who's going to live peacefully, they're choosing who's going to burn. But anyway, we of course break out, bring a few of the puppets with us, and now we can start Stage 1, the getaway. Alright, so here we're kind of given a chance to introduce ourselves to the controls. We can jump around and we can swing our head around. That's kind of Headdy's really main form of attack, and he's going to be doing pretty much everything he can do in this game with his head. So, I think you can already tell this is a pretty original game, not something you see a lot. So, we have this little mini-boss here that you can kill if you want. It's actually not even required. This guy can't hurt you. So, basically, this is just kind of a chance to get used to sort of hitting enemies, I guess, and sort of, getting a feel for things. So, let's just finish hitting this guy. I think he takes 32 hits, actually. Pretty much everything in this game are, like, multiples of 4 or 16, really. Like, in terms of hit points, if you want to assign a number to it, Headdy has, like, 16, and every hit takes 1 off of that. But, and pretty much everything else sort of follows the same pattern. But anyway, here we're not supposed to be avoiding the shots from this plane, but you can actually do so quite easily by just staying on the far right side. He'll come over here and it looks like he's about to hit you, but he never does. So, once he leaves, you can make your way on back here and let this little scene take over. Oh, holy crap. Yeah, and another element they really like to play with, as you can see at the bottom, this is Scene 1-1. It kind of has a, since we're like puppets, they do a lot of things with stage elements. So, oh crap, yeah, you don't want to get hit by those. But anyway, this guy here is Trouble Bruin, also known as like Maruyama. I think that's his Japanese version name. But it's kind of a nice play on words because there's trouble brewing, it's like an expression, and he's a Bruin, like a type of bear, So there's a nice little play on words there. But this is our first sort of real boss, I guess. It's pretty easy, and I like to be kind of fancy sometimes and mess around a bit. But, probably not a good idea for your first time. And this guy really doesn't give you any problems. They start the game out pretty easy, but don't get fooled by that. It's definitely going to get a lot harder. And that is going to do it for Scene 1-1. And we get some interesting little point values here. You may or may not have heard, I think I was talking over, but we actually got a secret bonus point in that level, and that's where that secret points comes down at the bottom. The secret point in this level is just by defeating the big robot at the beginning. Of course, as we get through more scenes, there are going to be more bonus points and much harder conditions to get them. So, I'm not really going to bother with getting all of those because some of them are really a pain, and it doesn't, like, tally up for anything at the end, so it's really no big deal. But anyway, we're now getting ready to start Scene 2 here, and I guess I don't really want to make like a 5-minute video to start out, so we're going to go ahead and take on Act 2. There's a couple scenes in this act, but here we are going to be treated to some tutorials, and this is where we're really going to learn about the meat of the gameplay. So this guy here is Head Case. Hit me to change your head. Practice now to see what sort of head you have. So as you can see, he's got different sort of emblems on him, and whichever one we hit sort of makes a different power we have. This one's pretty good. You can sling these stars around automatically and really just stand here and defeat all these guys. So let's see what we got for the next batch. Okay, yeah, this one here we probably want to get. This is a vacuum head, and it'll pretty much defeat everything on the screen instantly. It doesn't really have like a limited number of uses, but it does expire after a certain amount of time, so... Alright, and here we can choose this if we want. This is like an invisibility head, and we're immune to all damage with it, so we can just kind of sit here and go to town on these guys. Let's see here. Let's take the other one. Let's take this one. We haven't got this one yet. This one's kind of like a little fire shield, and it does damage to enemies that get within range. So it's pretty nice, but you don't really use it that much. Let's see. The bomb is a bad idea at this point, so let's take the vacuum head again. Now, we'll show the bomb one off later, but that one's kind of hard to use, so... Alright, let's see. We can get one more in here while this guy's still alive. Now, let's try this one. This is kind of like a pig head, and it's very reminiscent of the chaser weapon, actually, from Gunstar Heroes. This game was made by Treasure, after all, so, you know, it does have a few of the same type of elements to it, but... Anyway, that's nowhere near all the heads. There are still some more that we didn't get to check out there, but... anyway, we just got a secret bonus. Don't lose your head, Headdy. Oh, get it? So yeah, you get one secret bonus point for each of these tutorials that you go into. We're going to do them all just to sort of show them off. Now, this one here, we're going to be introduced to Hangman, who we're going to see quite a lot. Grab me and then let go to move things around. Practice now to see how I can help you move. So that's kind of a bad description of what he does. Basically, we can stand here and grab onto him, and then when we let go, we'll be sort of flung up and onto the next platform. We're going to have to use it a lot in here in order to keep moving up to keep up with the screen scrolling. But he really doesn't do too much else. Here you're going to see another variety. You have to hit him once to move the platform, and then again to actually jump up onto it. So you'll see those a few times, but it's really not too bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going up. We're going to have to start getting somewhat wary with our platforming with all those little spikes going around there. Alright, so we pretty much just keep going up here. There's not really too much to doing this. I mean, like I said, at the end, really all you even get is a secret bonus point as a reward. So I guess if you didn't want to waste the time, you didn't have to do this. But it's kind of fun to do, and if it's your first time through, it's a really good idea, too, because this is actually a pretty good example of the type of platforming we're going to see. So you really need to be able to acclimate yourself with this in order to get through the game. And as you can already see, we're using Headdy's head a lot for, you know, pretty much everything. So... it's just one of those things you have to get used to. And like I said, it is unique and original, so it's not really something that you've done too much before. But with enough practice at it, you start to get alright. You can hang on these guys here. And jump up, and here's the goal up top. So we did good, and we got a little fanfare, and doves fly out, and stars are everywhere. It's awesome. Congratulations, you just got a secret bonus, so I'll catch you later. See ya, buddy. Alright, so now there's only one more tutorial to take care of here in the practice area, and this is going to introduce us to Bo, someone who really doesn't do a whole lot for you if you played this game before, but can help out beginners, definitely. Watch me to see where Keymaster weak spots are. Practice now to see how I help you attack. So basically what this guy or gal does, I have no idea. It kind of sounds like a gal to me. But basically what it does is sort of point out weak points of like bosses and stuff like that. So if you don't really know what to attack, Bo will usually come and help you out. But for this little tutorial session, it's almost more of a reflex test. You just kind of have to shoot in the direction that she points. So we're going to have to do this for quite a bit. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of time left on the top right there. So it's a good idea to, I don't know, you don't really even have to be good at this. You'll never encounter a boss like this or anything. So I don't know. This seems kind of pointlessly long to me, but either way. Alright, eventually we're going to start destroying these guys. I think you're going to turn green when they only need like one more hit left. Which should be sometime soon anyway. A little crazy, isn't it? Alright, yeah, there was one right there at the bottom left. We just took care of that one. Alright, to the left and right also. Top left, bottom right, and top right. There we go. So we had 19 seconds remaining, so you can miss some. I mean, it's not like you've got to, you know, absolutely hit them all. Alright, so we just got another secret bonus, so you get the point. Oh man, this game is just full of, you know, bad humor, puns, and everything, so... Alright, that's going to take care of all the tutorials, so now we kind of know a little bit more about what's going on. So, as we head to the right, we're going to enter our first real area of the game, pretty much. We've got some platforming to do with enemies and everything. It's awesome. So, right off the bat here, there are actually a number of different paths you can take. I mean, we've got a lower path to the right, one like to the middle and right, one to the left, and one straight up. So, you can explore around quite a bit here. Now, if we go up to the top left, there's not really anything here. We do have this annoying guy with the sword, but if you want, you can just keep hitting him, and he'll usually drop his guard at some point. Or you can push him off the edge, or you can wait for him to try to attack you. You've got a number of strategies to take care of that guy. Whoa, okay, I didn't quite mean to do that. Now, if we come along the bottom here, we're going to encounter Head Case again, and this will give us a chance to check out maybe a couple more abilities here. Let's check out this one first. This is sort of like a three-way shot. Your head will go off in the adjacent directions which you press. So if you press up, it'll go up, top left, and top right, and, you know, from then on out, you can figure it out. Now, this is the hammer ability, and this one's actually quite useful. It basically makes your head do double damage, and it's quite a lot stronger. You're going to be using the hammerhead quite a lot, so for now, let's go ahead and take that, and just kill that guy when he opens up, and clear the way forward. Alright, so now at this point, if you've taken a few hits and have taken some damage, you can actually jump through this wall to the right and pick this thing up. It looks, I think it's supposed to be like a jelly bean. When I first played this, I thought it was a banana, but I don't know, it kind of does look more like a jelly bean to me, but either way. Alright, so now here we've got an interesting head selection. There's this beat. If we hit it, we're going to put on the Statue of Liberty's hat there, which is kind of cool. And we're going to be taken to this Intermission Bonus game, where we're going to have to make some shots into these goals, and as you can see, we need to make 5. So basically, what's going to happen here is some basketballs are going to be flying out of these little things. You want to try to get them into the baskets that have the stars over them. You don't want to get into the one that has the key, like that one that just scrolled off screen to the left. Because if you do that, it will destroy one of your little basketball shooter things. And if both of those are destroyed, obviously you can't finish the game. Now, there are a couple other things on the top, like the big basketball up there. That will cause like twice as many balls to come out, which can actually, in most cases, hurt you more than it helps. So I would advise trying to stay away from that if possible. There's also one that kind of looks like a, I don't know, kind of like a slow down button, I guess. Like, you know, sort of like a rewind button on a remote or something. Oh, yep, so you got a key there. You don't want that to happen, but if you hit the slow down one, it obviously makes all the baskets slow down, making it easier to make shots. Alright, and then once we beat the game, we are going to get a secret number to remember. In this case, it's 2. Basically, there are 6 opportunities to do this throughout the game, and you want to beat 4 of them in order to get 4 secret numbers. If you have all 4 at the end, you'll unlock a secret bonus at the very end of the game. So, we're definitely going to be doing all of those and showing off that little bonus, but for now, just remember the first number is 2. Alright, so now let's continue on with the actual level. And yeah, there's an example where the controls get a little bit weird. Like, you don't go immediately when you press the button. It's kind of strange. But anyway, if we want, we can make this ball roll down the hill and plug up this little hole at the bottom to keep the enemies from coming out, which is pretty cool. And now here we're also going to be introduced to another new head. This is kind of like the super head. It makes you move really fast, and your shots also go like twice as far. So this one, it can be really hard to use. I honestly don't like it in most circumstances. I'm going to take the hammer for now. And we're going to have to be making our way on up here. If you want, you can kind of take a little shortcut and go up that way, but of course I messed up a little bit. You destroy these feet if your head is the hammer head, which is always good. Oh, I couldn't get the bonus in there. And we want to knock this cage out and start fighting this guy here. He's really, really simple. He doesn't do too much besides just jump around, really. And once he gets to the end, he's going to try to suck you in and do damage. But as you can see, you can easily walk against it. So he's also immune at this point. Just sit here and wait him out. Eventually start jumping around again, keep hitting him. I think he takes 10 hits, which is kind of a strange number for this game, but either way. Now here, if we destroy both of these things that come out, we got a secret bonus point for doing that, so that's good. Now here we've got a couple different paths we can take, as well as a couple new heads to check out. This is the sleep head. It'll basically cause you to take a nap here, but the good thing about this is it restores your health. So if you're in need, then you can definitely grab that. It'll fully restore your health, and you can get it as many times as you want anyway. So now this is kind of like a small head. If we wanted, we could go to the right under that short path with this one. But I'm going to actually take the final head that we haven't checked out. This is the spike head. Basically, you can use this to climb up walls. It doesn't do any extra damage when you like shoot people with it, but it'll let you climb walls anyway. So you need it to get up here where we can fight sort of like an optional boss. And you can also see there's another new head type that we can get here. Now, this guy's really annoying, by the way. You want to take off like each of these little sections. You can do it really quickly there if you just, suck it up and take a hit. But I guess you don't have to do it. It just makes it easier to sort of hit the head. As you can see, this guy is really, really annoying. So they give you this head right here that has like the double zeros on it. This will help you out. Basically, this will freeze time, and you can just sit here and hit him as much as you want. And with the end of this, we should probably get him. Yeah, he doesn't take that many hits. That little time-stopping head is a pretty good thing to remember for the future, because we're going to be using it in a couple circumstances. So now we come around here to the bottom right, and we're finally out of that area. That one took quite a while. And now we're going to face the Keymaster of this act. Each act has a Keymaster at the end of it. In this case, it looks like we're going to fight Trouble Brewing again, but he gets crushed by this giant dog of some sort. I don't even know, but you can see his weak point here is this big tail, which Bo will come and point out to us if you didn't know. And then he will fly up and drop down where the arrow says, so just make sure you're not standing there. If you want, you can grab the hammerhead to do some extra damage, which I'm going to do. Now he's going to drop over here. Just keep avoiding the basketball. That's probably one of the more annoying things he does. Whenever he comes down, he'll shoot out varying things out of his mouth. In this case, he's going to shoot out that little thing that will cause a bunch of little dogs to come, which you can easily take care of, so it's no big deal. You can also see there's a stop time head here if you want it. But I think I'm going to just sort of let him play around a little bit. We'll see what kind of other things he can do. Let's see. Okay, he's just doing the same thing. He has a couple different attacks. There's one in particular I'm thinking of that'll let you get a secret bonus point. I'll let him do one more attack and see if he does that. If he doesn't, then, well, I'll just tell you about it. So, what you got for me? Oh, yes, the Caterpillar. I forgot about this one. This isn't the one I was thinking of, but I really want him to do that. Let's just wait around for a little bit longer. I know, it feels like I'm dragging this out, but I really am. I'm trying to get him to do that one thing. Okay, yeah, he'll also drop bombs, apparently, which isn't really that big of a deal. Okay, one more attack, and if he doesn't do it, then we're just going to forget about it. Oh, yes, he did it. Awesome. So this guy here, his name is like Bino or Bino or something. It's B-I-N-O. And basically, whenever you see him, you can usually hit him and attack him, and that'll let you get a secret bonus point out of it. So if you want to wait around, you can wait till he does that. Then after you defeat the boss, they'll drop those little things. If you get enough of them, you get an extra continue. So, that's always good. So now we finished up Act 2. We actually managed to get all the secret bonus points, which is pretty cool, but I think this looks like a pretty good place to stop, so next time we are going to take on Act 3 and make some more progress. Till then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.